Hello, wealthy, successful, money making traders. This is your trader's friend. Thank you for joining me today for another video. Guys, I'm so glad you can be here with me. Before you have the Euro USD on the 15-minute time frame, and I'm going to attempt to make some 15-minute videos simply because for me personally, I've fallen so in love with the 1 minute time frame, and part of my advantage is knowing market rhythm and that kind of thing. But I think for newer traders, it's probably throwing them off a little bit. So I want to make a few videos on the 15-minute time frame. And this morning I started making a video live and I screwed it up and went to bed. So I just decided that I'd wait to see how the market played out. I went back to sleep, and now I'm making it after all of this price action because now I can tell you a little bit more about what's going on with the chart. Now, the way I'm choosing to trade off of the 15-minute time frame is not necessarily on the flagship candle with the reversal confirmation. That's also good, but I'm actually waiting for the break and close of the 10 period SMA. So this is the 10 period SMA. I've struck in the chart to show you what's been going on for about the last day and a half in the market. This is how we opened Sunday. We opened with this nice gap, and you can see that this area has been an area of resistance ever since. And I want to say this, you can do whatever it is that you want to do with your money. If you look at your charts, what you notice is that the trades in harmony with your overall trend are usually going to be more beneficial to you. Why? Because there are people out there who are waiting for the opportunity to short the spikes. If you have a market that is trending in a particular direction, like this is bearish, they are looking to short the spikes. If the market is bullish, when the market falls, they're looking to buy the dips. So that's pretty much the way it works. You can trade your money any way you want, but for the most part, that's the way that works. Now, this morning I actually got stopped out in the video, and I got stopped out right here, and I will blow this up in a minute and show it to you. But I want to show you a couple of things in the market first. Many times in the market, well, let's go ahead and deal with these areas of support too while that's on my mind. I know I'm a little scatterbrained at times. But what you'll notice a lot of times when you get to the areas of support, once you break that support, you'll see you get a bounce off of that area. You push support so far and you bounce back up before you come back down and you re-break that support again. And you can see this over and over, area of support, bounce. And here we have broken the ultimate support, if you will. And now it looks like we may be headed for another bounce. We may or may not be, but that's debatable. You can take trades either way on this, is solely up to you. You can see this actually made for a pretty good run up, but the trade in the direction of the trend actually made for a much better fall. So watch out for that. It's part of it is about your patience and your tolerance, and this being the 15-minute time frame, this you're looking at an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and a half before you actually get a reversal. That means you're sitting up waiting an hour and a half to get the trade that you're looking for. So you'll have to decide how it is that you want to do that. There was something, now I forgot whatever it was that I was going to show you. I'm going to show you how it was that I got stopped out this morning. But I wanted to shrink the chart to let you see what's going on. And it's frustrating when you're waiting for a candle to close on the 15-minute time frame and you're waiting for the opportunity because your wait time is much longer. But the benefit, of course, is that you're learning the discipline that's necessary. And one of the master disciplines in trading is the ability to wait. Let's go ahead and blow this up a little bit. I think that you've probably seen this enough. Another thing too, I'm sorry, I got to point out one more thing. Another thing you'll notice a lot of times before you get a really good reversal on um, well, I'm going to use this 15-minute time frame, but a lot of times before you get a legitimate reversal in or a good bounce, if you will, on um, in a bearish market, you'll see that price kind of hangs around for a little bit. Here is pretty much in the exact same range before it falls down. Here you can see that you get these kind of strong bounces, the break and back up. You see here you got this period of wait before you get this strong move to the upside. So watch out for that. Here you got this same kind of situation. Now let me show you where it was that I got stopped out in the video last night. It's actually right here. So let's blow that up and take a look at that. Okay, early this morning, you can see we already had the established area of resistance. And I'm sorry, it was actually on this candle. The reason I got stopped out, and it looked like a really good trade setup, and initially I was in profit. What I was looking for the break and close above that 10 period SMA, which I got. But there were a couple of things going on here that made me think that I was in a good trade. First of all, I got the break and close. Let's go ahead and move this support line to illustrate. I got the break and close above the 10 period SMA. I got a strong flagship candle that was now confirmed with the break above the 10 SMA. And you'll also see I got the break and close above this previous bearish candle. So I'm feeling pretty good about this trade at this point. Went long with a little bit of a dip. I had a big pink candle all the way up to this resistance level. As soon as it hit that resistance level, it fell straight down. And you can see the difference between this area of waiting time and the waiting time that we have going on right here. Doesn't mean that we're going to get a bounce right here, but a lot of times your bounces are much more successful if you're coming out a period of wait or consolidation. Just want to point that out. That's not always true, but a lot of times it is. So here I am feeling really good about this trade, and you can imagine my surprise in just the last minute and a half or 2 minutes of this candle, it hit and fell straight down. Let me say this. If you're in a trading situation and you go up on what looks like a good trade setup, because you can see all the advantages that I thought that I had, and the very next candle comes and closes below that 10 SMA in direction with the overall trend, you do not have the advantage that you thought you did. Go ahead and cut that trade. Now you can wait, or you can go ahead and go short on the next candle, whatever you want to do. But if you get a situation like this, you get the break up, then the very next candle breaks to the downside or vice versa, then you do not have the advantage that you thought you did. And you can imagine my little hurt feelings when I didn't have the advantage after all of that wait time. So I waited all of that price action out, looking for a reversal, and for a little bit, I think I got maybe 12 pips before it quickly reversed against me. So watch out for that, because again, we had that established area of resistance and price came back down to surprise me. So kind of watch out for that. And you can see that we never did, if you went short after this candle, you never ever ever got a break and closed back above that candle. You can see how it came to retest this area that was old support, that was now new resistance, but it's never been able to break that area. So kind of watch out for that. And another thing you'll note in this, as you are, if you're attempting to counter trend trade in this, you can get a few pips. However, notice what's going on. You're starting now to make a series of lower highs. And that was one of the things that I was paying attention to last night. Now, this one looked really good because you have the break and close above the 10 SMA, break and close above this candle. Now you have broken that previous swing low high. So this is looking really, really good, only to turn right back around and fall down in harmony with the trend. So I just want you to watch out for that. You can do whatever it is you want to do with your money, but remember that counter trend trades usually will not yield for you the amount of pips that you will get going in harmony with that overall trend. Another thing I want to point out the amount of times between the really good trades. So you can see you have a good trade, sorry, you have a good trade here, and then you have to wait all of these hours, guys, before you get another really good trade in harmony with the trend. All the trades in between pretty much end up being kind of scalper trades. Now, this was actually a pretty good trade back to back, but you can see how you have that area of waiting for at least an hour and a half before the market gave you this nice run up. So watch out for that. Once you get a really, really good run in the market, usually all you're going to get is choppy, even on your larger time frames, even on the 4 hour time frame, the daily time frame. Once you get a really, 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 really good run, then chances are you're looking just range bound trading back and forth and back and forth. And even in range bound trading, you're looking to go in harmony with that overall trend. And this line, remember I moved it, so this wasn't necessarily showing an area of support. It was just showing you where it was that I thought I got the advantage. So I still kept that line there. I just never moved it. Guys, I just want to remind you that you can absolutely do this. You can be successful at Forex. And the very next video that I make on the 15-minute time frame, I'm looking for us to do this live so we can do it together. Have a terrific pip filled trading week.